Hey guys, Chad here for the Soccer Mom Off-Road channel, and I'm here in beautiful Lassen National Forest. Such a privilege to be out here. And I wanted to tell you guys about a piece of gear that I've been using for the last few months. This is the Ororo heated dual control men's jacket. Now I gotta be honest with you guys, I never really thought much about heated clothing. It's just not been on my radar or on my list of gear that I've been saving for. But after one of my episodes, I think it was in October, November, where I was camping up here in the Lassen National Forest, and I was camping in sub-freezing temperatures, and the temperature actually got down below 15 degrees, and I got really cold. And it was obvious in that episode as I was going to bed. I just shared how cold I got. It was after that episode that Ororo heated clothing reached out to me and asked if I would want to test and review one of their heated jackets, and I said, absolutely. And Ororo actually sent me and my wife a jacket to test out. Thanks, Ororo. Now, I've never used other heated clothing ever before, so I can't compare it to other brands and how they perform. But as far as my test goes with this jacket, I'm actually really impressed. From the packaging and branding to the function and performance and the quality, this has turned out to be a really good jacket. Ororo's packaging was top notch. It came in a zipper storage bag, well branded, well made. The boxes that the battery and the power adapter and the cabling came in were branded. These little zipper pulls have the branding here on the controls, branding here on the sides and the arms. It's just a well made, well thought out, attractive jacket in my opinion. Now let's talk about the function and performance of this jacket. This is a 5-zone heated jacket. So right and left chest zones, which actually extend down into the pockets. We've got a back zone, one whole zone, and then we have a zone on the left and right arms. The jacket is powered by a 7.4 volt mini 5K lithium battery. It fits right here inside the jacket. There's a zipper pocket. It fits in here, and you might think, man, is it just kind of weird and awkward having, a big battery? Actually, the battery is not that big, and it doesn't weigh that much. It feels like I've got a cell phone in a pocket. So it really is not even noticeable, it just disappears. Now, the jacket is controlled by these buttons right here. This first button, which has the Ororo symbol on it, controls the chest and back zones. One long press activates the button, and the button will turn red, and when it begins to pulse on and off, the jacket is ready for you to make a temperature command. So press once and it will stay red, and that's your high setting. Press again, it goes to white, that's your low setting. Press again, it goes to blue, that's your medium setting. And you can cycle through those settings. Press again, hold, long hold, and that will turn the button off and turn the heat off. The other button, it has an A on it, and that controls your arms. The controls are exactly the same for the chest and back button. Press once and hold to activate. Once it starts pulsing, you're ready to cycle through the different control temperature settings. And you can operate the zones independently. If you just want the chest and back portions on, no problem. If you just want the arms on, no problem. And you can, of course, run them both at the same time. All right, let's talk about usage time. How long will this battery actually last if you're using the heated function of the jacket? If you're only using the arms, on high, you get about 6 hours. On medium, you get about 12. And on low, you get up to 20 hours of usage time. With the body, if you're only using the body, on high, you get up to 3 hours. On medium, you'll get up to 6. And on low, you can get up to 12 hours. And if you're using both zones, the arms and the chest and back, both buttons, on high, you can expect around 2.5 hours. On medium, about 4.5 hours. And on low, about 7.5 hours. And I haven't tested each of those functions and put a stop on there, but I can say that using both zones on low, that's about right. I've gotten about 7.5 hours. I was able to use it on a snow camp trip I was just recently on. I used it all evening, and then I used it for a couple hours in the morning, and it lasted about that long. Now, as I said, I've used this for about a couple of months, about 2.5 months, and I've used this in snow camping. It was 18 this morning when we woke up. I've used it in the high desert with freezing wind chill.
We are huddled here in this little shack on the side of a mountain. It is so cold. The wind chill here, I mean, it's unbelievable.
I've actually used it underground exploring abandoned mines, and I can tell you this jacket actually really works. For me, one of my weak spots are my hands. My hands get cold really easy. And obviously, if you're camping and you're working around camp, having gloves or mittens on, even if they're heated, is bulky. You have no dexterity, you can't do anything. So my hands obviously have to be free from gloves and those kind of things. What's great about this is I can have this even on low. My hands get cold, put them in my pocket, and on the upper portion of the pocket, I can feel those heating elements, put my hands there, warm them up, and I can get back to work. This jacket actually works really nicely. Now let's talk about the build quality. This jacket is actually really heavy built, from the Velcro sleeves to the zippers to the seams, even the heft. This jacket, even if you take the battery out, this jacket feels heavy. It's got girth, it's got weight to it. And that's because this isn't just a thin shell that is built only to house the battery controls and heating elements. They've actually filled the inner portion of the jacket with Felix insulated lining. And so the jacket has warmth even apart from the heating. The outside of the jacket is a polyester blend, and it has a weatherproof coating on it, so it actually beads water nicely. Now, I don't know if you're in a monsoon or a torrential downpour, but all of the rain that I've been in, the water just beads right off. So combine that with that there's drawstrings at the waist and on the hood, and you've got an all-weather jacket built for just about any season, any situation you're going to be in the backcountry, camping, exploring, snow, even sports, whether you're snowboarding, skiing, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing. This jacket is going to work for you. It is a great jacket. In fact, I use this jacket all the time without the heat function activated, and it's plenty warm. Only when I get out in extreme temperatures, when there's snow and there's a really cold wind chill, then I'll kick that heat on just to take the edge off. But other than that, this jacket is actually pretty amazing. All right, so let me share my thoughts. Obviously, I've already said the jacket's amazing. I do really like this jacket, and it's actually replaced all of my other outdoor adventure jackets. When I'm out in the backcountry, this jacket is my go-to because it's just so great. One thing to note as far as sizing goes, when I usually buy like a big ski jacket, I usually buy an oversized jacket. I'll buy, for me, I'm about 5'9", 185 pounds. And so I a lot of times will buy an XL so I can put sweatshirts and lots of layers underneath. But with heated clothing, you don't want to do that. You actually want a jacket that's a little more snug, and you don't want to put as many layers underneath, so you can actually feel the warmth created by the heated function of the jacket. If your jacket's too big or if you have too many layers, you're not going to feel it as much. Now, you might be warm, but it's really nice when those elements kick on and you feel that heat. It's pretty cozy. So if you usually like to buy bigger, bulkier sweatshirts, bigger, bulkier jackets, I would actually go a little smaller when you're thinking about buying a heated piece of clothing. Now, one observation about the battery is that it's proprietary, meaning it does have a USB-C and a standard USB port, but that's for charging the battery. And if you wanted to use the battery to charge a phone or something, you can do that. But there's another port on the battery, and that's exclusively for powering the jacket. When I was originally inspecting and checking out the jacket, I was thinking, oh, maybe I could use an additional power cell that I've got or some other power source when this one runs out. But actually, the battery's proprietary in that only the port that is specially sized for the adapter on the jacket will fit. You can't use another form of power to power the jacket. So you either are going to use the jacket on low and use it sparingly, or you can go on Ororo's website and buy an additional battery to power your backcountry adventures. Now, as I said, I've only been using this jacket for about 2.5 months. I'm going to post a year review next December, so stick around, look for that. But if you're interested now, I'll post a link for Ororo's website and a link to this specific jacket and the jacket that Susan had in the description, and you can go out there. And currently, it's March 8th today as I'm recording this. There is a season end sale where you can get this jacket 30% off. So if you're interested in heated clothing, Ororo actually makes a whole line of different styles and sizes of heated clothing, from jackets to vests, gloves, you name it, they've got it. Check them out, see what they've got. You might find a product that works great for you. Hey, feel free to comment if you have any questions about the jacket that I didn't answer, or you have thoughts or even experiences yourself with heated clothing that you would like to share. I'd love to hear that. I really appreciate you sticking around for this review of the Ororo heated dual zone men's jacket. We'll see you again on the trail. And until next time, adventure on.